Hey guys, Mixed Media Girl here. So you guys asked me to do more acrylic pour techniques. So here we go. This first one is called the Flippin Drag. Because I have such a small surface here, I'm using just a little cap for my paint. And I'm going to go ahead and fill that up. All the materials will be down in the description. As a note, in the cap is 1 drop of spot-on treadmill silicone oil, which is very helpful for this technique. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to flip this over as if we were doing a flip cup. It's very hard with it being so small. And then we're going to go ahead and cover our canvas with a solid color. In this case, I'm going to use white. We're going to then literally drag this through our paint here, slowly lifting up as we go. If you were doing this with a cup, usually you would put possibly a little hole in the bottom of it so that the paint releases a little easier. And then you can just tilt it as desired once again. And that is the Flippin Drag. Our next technique is called the feather pull. It is a version of a string pull, and we're going to go ahead and cover our canvas with white. Then we're going to take any colors that we want and dip our string into them. In this case, I'm going to use a little purple and blue. You can do all kinds of things with this. So we're going to take our string and we're going to go ahead and dip it. Make sure it is nice and covered. Then, similar to the string pull, I'm going to go ahead and place it wherever you want, and then you're going to just pull down like that. And then you're going to dip it back. If you need to get more paint, you do. And go the other direction. Then what you can do is you can just leave it like that, or you can take your string again and use it to make a line in the middle. Like that. And that is your feather pull. Our next technique is a simple one with a hairdryer. So we'll start by putting some paint on our surface. I like to use white, black, and usually 1, maybe 2 other colors. So put white on one side, black on another. You can do this with any colors you want, and you don't even have to use white and black. I just like to. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my color. And then using our hairdryer on high air, low heat, we're going to go ahead and blow this all around. This is a pretty small surface, so I don't want to do too much to it. But that is all there is to this technique. Our next technique is the same basic concept, but with a straw instead of a hairdryer. So you would apply the paint to your surface however you'd like. And then you're going to use your straw to just blow it around however you want. The movement of the paint can help you get some awesome cells and lacing. Our next technique is called an open cylinder pour or toilet paper roll pour. I like to just take a toilet paper roll. You can cover your surface with paint first or just go ahead and get started. Because it's such a small surface, I'm going to just do it this way. You definitely want to hold on to it as you add your paint. Once you've added enough paint, you just go ahead and lift up. And then go ahead and, once again, tilt as desired. And that is the toilet paper roll pour. Our next technique is called ribbons, and is a simple technique. We're going to go ahead and fill up our cup here. And then instead of doing a flip cup or anything, we're just going to take it and pour out in literally ribbons. You can do this in any kind of design you want. I'm going to just go back and forth for this. And there you have ribbons. And once again, tilt as desired. And that is the ribbon technique. In the last video, I showed you a tree ring pour. In today's video, we're going to do a traveling tree ring. So I'm going to fill up my cup again using the same cup here. Then for the tree ring, we poured right in the middle here. For a traveling tree ring, you're going to go slowly in a circle in whichever direction you want. Long story short, you're traveling around your surface. That is a traveling tree ring. Go ahead and tilt once again as desired. This next technique is called the bottle bottom pour. You want any bottle that has kind of a design like this where the paint can flow through. I'm using the bottom of a Trader Joe's sparkling water. And we're going to go ahead and fill up our cup, and then we're going to pour it on top of that. Now normally you have a bigger surface, so this is going to be interesting. I'm going to go ahead and lift up so that it can go underneath the bottle. So it can create these really cool patterns. Obviously I have a pretty small surface, so it's not working quite as well, but I think you can get the point. I'm going to go ahead and tilt this. And what you can get with this is a really cool flower design. And even without that, it's still a really cool design. Our next technique is similar to the Flippin Drag, but it's just with negative space. So we're going to put a solid color on our surface. And then instead of pouring a bunch of other colors all over here or doing any other thing, we're just going to pour a little bit on one spot. There's no specific rhyme or reason or rule to this. We're just going to do one ribbon in this technique, and we're going to go ahead and tilt a little bit, and we're going to leave negative space. So the negative space is the white on here that does not have color on it. And that is all there is to this technique. Our last technique of the day is another version of the tree ring. We're going to add a little more paint to our cup here. And it's also technically a traveling tree ring. We start at one side. We're going to go to the other side, leaving a little bit of paint in our cup, and then go a little bit back down the middle. I call this the tornado pour. You can probably see why, because it basically makes a tornado right in the middle there. And you can tilt it however you want. And you can look at it in any direction that you want, but you're left with a really cool tornado. And that is our last technique for the day.